bearing with us for the delay in starting our regular meeting. Good morning, President Garcia. I'm just going to do one more call. I do see an additional hand raised by Mr. Jesus Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, if you would kindly press *6 to unmute and identify what item you would like to speak on today on our regular agenda, or if you would like to offer commentary, public commentary.
Yes,
Mr. Gonzalez? I'm going to mute you. Mr. Gonzalez, would you kindly lower the volume on the device that you're listening to the board meeting with this morning, whether it's a phone or a tablet or PC or council audio? And then I'm going to ask you to unmute and identify which items you would like to speak on this morning.
Yes, good morning. Jesus Gonzalez, like to speak on item number 1.
Very good. Thank you. I have made a note of that. And once item number 1, we are on item number 1, I will call you. Thank you. Mr. Fernando Gonzalez, I see your hand is raised. If you would kindly press *6 to unmute.
Yeah, I already unmuted. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, TJ. Just for the clarification, Mr. Jesus Gonzalez is the partner on item number 1. He's part of the team.
Oh,
of the
yes.
Department of Water and Power.
Very good. So he's a.
So actually, more than the commentary, he will be available for any questions that the commission may have on item number 1.
Thank you. Thank you, Fernando. And so Mr. Gonzalez is with DWP,
Correct.
Is that accurate? Okay,
Correct.
very good.
Absolutely. Yeah. He is our partner on the MOA on item number 1.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us know that.
Alrighty.
And I do see Mr. Williams, Dr. Williams, I see your hand raised once again. Is there something additional you would like to offer before we start up the meeting? Dr. Williams, or is this just a leftover hand raised from, I do have you down as offering public comment and then speaking on 3 and 5.
I just wanted to make sure
Yes, confirm.
that he might add me on number 1 also.
Very good.
So public comment 1, 3, 5.
Very good. I have done so. Thank you, Dr. Williams.
Thank you.
And is there anyone else in the attendee list who wishes to offer public commentary or comment on any of our items today on our regular agenda? Okay, seeing no hands raised, let me double check on our commissioners. So we hi, President Garcia and Commissioner Corson. So I still do not see when the other commissioners arrive, if you would kindly turn your video back on so we can, very good. Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Reyes, and Vice President Villegas. Thank you so much. So we are good to start to establish roll. Establish quorum and take roll. President Garcia, whenever you are ready, I will begin. I will resume the recording. All right. Very good. We are recording.
Thank you, TJ, for all the administration work you're doing right now. Very much administration and tech work you're doing at the same. Well, thank you for that, and thank you, colleagues, for coming back. I appreciate everybody's time, and I look forward to getting started today's meeting. So, welcome. Good morning to the Good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Friday, December 2nd, 2022. TJ?
Yes, very good, President Garcia. Good morning again. This is TJ Knight, Assistant Executive Officer, taking role in establishing quorum for the regular meeting. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corsand, and Commissioner Reyes are present, and we do have a quorum. We are also joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Mr. Ted Jordan. Again, I'm Assistant Executive Officer TJ Knight. President Garcia, we do have one public comment. We have one commenter on agenda items 1, 3, and 5. And it is also noted that we have a real party of interest representative from the Department of Water and Power on item number 1 as well.
Thank you for that, TJ. Given that we have public comment, we will take public comment now.
Very good. Dr. Williams, if you would kindly unmute. *6 to unmute. Let me make sure. Yeah, very good. You have 2 minutes, Dr. Williams. Actually, you have 4 minutes, Dr. Williams, if we are adding your 2 minutes to the 2 minutes from the special.
Okay, public comments regarding the special meeting. I would highly recommend that you organize an public oversight committee for this particular item as to your item number 1, because there's a lot of knowledge available regarding the various oil pads in the city of Los Angeles, especially those related to Aliso Canyon. So I say Jefferson also was a big issue, and it's still, I say, there. One of the issues that your petroleum administrator should look at is called directional drilling. The difference for Culver City versus the city of Los Angeles is that I can produce oil from beneath the city of Culver City without having a well in Culver City. I can put it into the county Inglewood oil field and drill under the city of Culver City to extract water as oil from the oil field. Similarly, the Beverly Center Commercial Center actually has an oil pad on it with over 20 wells, and they explore the entire area of the Beverly Center jurisdiction for oil. So directional drilling is a main issue for this sort of drilling, especially for Culver City. So there's also, okay, I'd like to make a PRA request for the presentation given by the oil administrator and all documents from October 1, 2022 to date regarding the proposed program for oil amortization. That's all for the special meeting. For the current meeting, general board, I'd like to remind people that ADA compliance requires public participation with the Bureau of Engineering and maybe contract administration. Then there's the question as to Broadway has 2 mid-block crossings, and both of them do not have ADA compliant ramps. And they're brand new. Why not ramps? It's a crossing mid-block and no ramps. So there's a question as to how ADA compliance is really being done through the city and through the Department of Public Works. If it was part of the contract, why wasn't it done? If it wasn't done, did they get paid for it? There's a lot of things going on here, and we have the same problem in El Sereno. Okay, yeah, I got it. So it's a matter as to ADA compliance means active enforcement and compliance. So please, please, please do the ADA compliance in a real-time measure. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. That concludes public commentary on the regular agenda this morning, President.
Thank you, TJ Knight. Public comments now officially closed. Moving on to the first item of today's business, which is the approval of the minutes for Wednesday, November 16, 2022. Is there a second to my motion to move this item forward and forthwith?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. TJ, there's a first by me and a second by Commissioner Corson to move the approval of the minutes forward and forthwith.
Yes, very good, President Garcia. We'll take a roll call vote, starting with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Corson,
Aye.
and Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and approval of the minutes passes.
Great, thank you very much. Colleagues, welcome. Happy Friday, happy rainy Friday, which is nice to see that. We'll get our grass green, enjoying the natural rain. Excited about that. Those that have rain barrels today should be filling up. So very nice to see anybody that has rain barrels out there. So we'll get good water today. With that said, thank you again, everybody. I know we're starting at a late start, so everybody that's been here for the regular scheduled meeting, thank you for your patience. We're gonna get started now, and we're starting with item number 1. TJ, I know we have public comment, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do have public comment. I'm sorry, we have commentary on item number 1. Dr. Williams, if you would please offer your commentary, unmute yourself, and offer your commentary. You'll have 2 minutes to speak on item number 1. Dr.
Item
Williams,
number 1. I say I'm kind of thrilled about this one because groundwater replenishment. We were doing that in Monterey Bay Reclamation Facility in 1975. And it's taken 50 years to get it started, restarted, and it works. And you might also coordinate with the MWD. And might say your staff is familiar with the manager of MWD, and he's the one that kind of started this whole thing. So I'd highly recommend coordinating this study with that's going on with the MWD. So that's basically it. Let's see. Yes, that's all. Thank you.
thank you, Dr. Williams. And that concludes commentary on item number 1 this morning, President Garcia.
Thank you, TJ. Public comment for item number 1 is now officially closed. This is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation in Council District 6, a memorandum of agreement for the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, Los Angeles Groundwater Replenishment Project, Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant. Recommending the board to 1, approve and forward this report to the mayor for authority to execute the proposed memorandum of agreement between the Bureau of Sanitation and the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power regarding the LADWP's cost-sharing commitment for the second phase of the Los Angeles Groundwater Replenishment Project. And 2, execute the MOA by the president or 2 commissioners of the Board of Public Works and the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation. And this morning, who do we have here? Mr. Ryan, are you here for this item?
Yes, Madam President, I'm here.
Welcome, welcome. And I believe we have Mr. Gonzalez, Jesus Gonzalez from the Department of Water and Power for any questions, right?
That is correct. We also have Mr. Fernando Gonzalez, the plant manager from Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant here as well for additional questions that you may have.
Great, thank you. Thank you both for being here as well. Let's get started, Ryan.
Good morning, Madam President, Commissioners, Mr. Knight, Mr. Jordan. My name is Ryan Thieha. I'm the Assistant Division Manager at the Wastewater Engineering Services Division of the LA Sanitation. I'm also the project manager for the LA Groundwater Recharge Program at the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant. So you probably seen me and heard me talking about this over half a dozen times. So I'm really happy to be here at the final steps of the way. It's been a long journey. We've all waited for this moment. So I'll make it short and just go over some of the highlights. So Groundwater Recharge Program, GWR, it's a partnership program between sanitation and water and power to address the water crisis and become more sustainable. So it became with the mayor's Zero Waste of Water initiative and the Green New Deal. But the planning level began as early as 2012, and Water and Power and LSN executed a series of agreements for the phase 1 implementation efforts to explore options on how to combat the issue and particularly how to replenish the San Fernando groundwater basin. So based on those planning and engineering works, both departments agreed that Advanced Water Purification Facility, or AWPF, at the Donald C. Tillman Water Recognition Plant will be able to provide highly purified water that can be sent to nearby Hanson and Pacoima spreading grounds to replenish the groundwater basins. So this is a suite of projects, capital projects, but AWPF is the keystone project for the LAGWR, which will provide the advanced treatment of 19 MGD million gallons per day, or 5 billion gallons of water per year, to previously treated tertiary water from the Tillman Water Recognition Plant. As I stated, GWR also includes several other capital projects that will upgrade the existing infrastructure, such as valves and gates and other devices for replacement and upgrades. So on November 28th, a few days ago, Board of Water and Power approved this agreement. And today we're here recommending the Board of Public Works to approve the agreement between the two departments. This agreement will allow the LASN to design the AWPF and other necessary facilities. So at the end of the design phase, which is about 18 months from today, we'll come back to our board because we'll have a design plan ready, and we will be requesting to amend this agreement to include the construction phase of the project. The terms and conditions of this agreement is such that the amount for this agreement shall not exceed $53.5 million, 53.5, and the term for the agreement is 4 years. With that, I would like to really acknowledge staff, management, and board members from Water and Power who has been a great partner in this effort, going over half a decade or even longer before my time, our time. We've been pushing this along, so I'm really happy to be here finally asking for board to approve this agreement so that we can start the next phase. Thank you, and I'll be here for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Ryan, for that. By the way, it doesn't predate me or Commissioner Davis. We were here when Dr. Furky was presenting this for the very first time, and she presented her research, and then I was very sad to see her go. She retired right after that and left the work to be done. So if you have any communication with her, please send her our regards, because she was very instrumental in getting us to this point today. What is it now, 5 years ago?
Absolutely, yes, 5 years ago, and I keep contact with her, so I'll let her know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I was very impressed with her, just her amount of knowledge when she was presenting and getting us to convert our mentality and redirect how we were going to do this. So I just appreciated her and how thorough she was with her research. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ryan. We'll take questions from commissioners. I see Dr. Davis has his hand up. Dr. Davis.
So, Ryan, I just have some ABCs for you to help me recollect our work here. You mentioned that we are now in the second phase, which is the implementation phase, I would suspect, in terms of what we're going to do. Now, in terms of sanitation, you guys are going to contribute to the groundwater replenishment basin by adding some of the water from the Tillman phase that you normally process, correct?
That is correct.
How many gallons, or what is our contribution in terms of percentages therein that we will contribute to the water basin?
So we are going to be able to produce about 15.5 million gallons per day. So that amounts to 17,000 acre feet of water going to the spreading grounds. And as to how much of that, what is the percentage of total amount that is currently receiving, I will probably refer to Mr. Jesus Gonzalez. He will probably have a better idea of how much water is being, totally being recharged at the groundwater basins. I don't know if Jesus, you could take up that question for us.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, commissioners. Commissioner Davis, very astute question. We often talk about acre feet per year, MGD. It's very difficult for folks to have an understanding of what that volume of water represents. The way we like to frame it is the amount of water that we're going to be producing out of Tillman that will be recharged into the basin is enough water for 200,000 residents here in the city of LA. So it's a significant amount of water. Every drop that we will be recharging in the basin, DWP will have the ability to in turn extract and use as a new drinking water supply.
Right. So through our processes in Tillman, we are able to make this water drinkable, if you will, and restorable in groundwater, in our groundwater basin. The other question I have is $53 million for this arrangement, this agreement. Who's paying whom? How is the $53 million executed?
Right, that's a really good question. And, you get into the nitty gritties of the agreement, and thanks for the question. So $53.5 million cover everything that we need to do in terms of design work for this project to complete the design. The payment is going to be on a monthly basis based on the invoices that we process from the design contract or other contracts that sanitation will manage over the next 4 years. So we are going to basically form a technical oversight committee and management oversight committee between the two departments and look at the finances, technical review and everything monthly basis, and Water and Power will be paying those invoices as they come up as we move forward, not to exceed the maximum amount.
So basically, Water and Power will pay $53 million for the services that sanitation will provide to strengthen our groundwater basin. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, when do we anticipate engaging in this agreement in terms of when do we get started?
Right. So Board of Water and Power approved the agreement 3 days ago on Tuesday, the 29th. So this is the second half of the execution. So after this item gets approved, hopefully, and then it will go to this mayor's office for concurrence and get back to the board for admin item, at which point we will be able to fully execute the agreement and it will become effective. So that is the structure of this agreement.
I see. And so the time period in which this agreement will be implemented will be on a how many years basis?
The term for this agreement is 4 years, up to 4 years.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Commissioner Reyes?
I just wanna acknowledge and thank all the key players, both on our sanitation side and the Department of Water and Power, and for their board as well. Grateful that they saw the huge potential for this partnership. When I first came on board as a commissioner and visited Tillman, the very first issue that was brought up to me was this project, because it has stalled for many years and there was no communication between us and the Department of Water and Power, and bringing that communication back and really having our people reach out and communicate and form a structure for the communications and really coming into an understanding of what their specific roles will be. I think really, brought to the attention the importance of ongoing communication, especially for major projects where both agencies are involved. And now that the Department of Water and Power is funding this first phase, and there will be more opportunities for this project to progress. And this is really has something to do with the Green New Deal in our goal of sourcing our water locally. So we are meeting those goals for both of our entities. And for that, I'm really very thankful. And just want to acknowledge everyone who has played a role in making this happen. So let's move forward, and hopefully we can then have the operations part next. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Reyes. We needed you. So, we needed you to cross over to this side. So I'm glad you did. I have to thank the mayor for that too. I'm glad That was the foresight. So thank you.
It was a good move.
It was a very
We
great
did
move.
it. We did it. And there's more to come. There's more.
I know. That's why you're so integral. We appreciate the, DWP is always taking our workers. I'm glad that we were able to bring you to this side of the world. So thank you, Commissioner Reyes. You've done such a great job in making sure, but this doesn't take away from the seriousness of the execution of this work that's going to happen. It's really for the foresight that we have to save water now for the future. So, 18, did you say this is going to be 4 years of design, or did you say 18 months of design, Ryan?
The 18 months is the design period.
Okay, that's-
the duration of the contract is 4 years.
Okay, that's what I was trying to make sure. Okay, so design in 18 months, that's a pretty aggressive schedule, which exciting, to be honest.
That is, we're going at a pretty accelerated schedule with the progressive design build approach. So the final goal is to be able to turn on the tap or release the water by the end of 2026. So that is our ultimate goal.
Oh, nice, very nice. Okay. Any other questions, colleagues? I'm not seeing any. I just have just a point of just kind of just putting it out there. I know that we're gonna do this, and our initial route is to irrigate the spurting grounds, right? Is it the Pacoima spurting grounds or Hanson Dam?
Right. So after the treatment, it goes to Water and Power's pump station through the existing pipes that are connected to the Hanson spurting grounds, and it will go through Swallow Aquifer treatment, which is a natural treatment, natural flow of water getting to the groundwater basin. After which it will be pumped up again and treated and blended with the potable water, and that will be when the end user will be able to see it.
Okay, we definitely have to also start getting our city prepared for this, right? So there's going to have to be an education and outreach effort. Is that included in this or not yet?
That is included in this agreement. So we are going to be, two departments going to work together to do the public outreach to get to the approval that we need, not only the general public, but our permitting agencies and other agencies that are involved. So.
Okay. So we'll start seeing some kind of a education campaign, probably maybe since it's 18 months of design, maybe sometime within the year and a half from now, right?
That is correct, Madam President.
Okay, and will that public outreach, that's going to be executed and designed through sanitation, or is that a DWP, or is that a joint effort?
It will most likely be a joint effort.
Okay.
So, sanitation will take some part of it. Water and Power, they will have more capacity and power with the customer base, so they will take their part in that sense as well.
Okay, thank you. That helps the understanding of this. Any other questions, colleagues? See none. Are there any objections?
None.
None. Is there a motion on the table?
So move.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Is there a second to it?
I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Great. TJ, we have a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item numbers 1 forward and forthwith.
Very good, President Garcia. We'll take a roll call vote on item number 1, starting with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
Very good. All ayes, and item number 1 does pass.
Yes, great. Yay. I feel like we should be celebrating right now. Shaking hands and holding. Thank you so much, Department of Water and Power, first and foremost for the funding on this. Second, for the collaboration that we're going to have. And thirdly, this is a joint effort. We are the Department of Water and Power and Sanitation working together to really bring the best to the city of Los Angeles residents. So, and that's what we're going to try to do. That's what we're going to do in the next, and we hope to see that in 2026, we will be talking about how great recycling the water has been and how we have been able to save some of our our local nature because we are now recycling water. So thank you for that. It is really part of not just the city of LA, but you know, the state, the country, and just really in general, just the water world in general is really, we're really tapping into that. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that when the Olympics come in 2028, we'll be able to also say what an accomplishment we've done here as well. Well, thank you everyone for being here this morning, Mr. Fernando Gonzalez and Mr. Jesus Gonzalez. I'm sure you guys have been reading this over and over again for many, many months. And I appreciate your work and time, and we look forward to working together with this. And Ryan, I see you glean. I can't wait to see you start working this work, and I will go out there and see what you're up to.
Happy to see you out there. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you again for your patience. All right, colleagues, that was a milestone. Excited to have passed that, and I'm excited that now it moves on to the second phase of the process. Moving on to now item number 2, but I believe, TJ, you have an announcement on that one?
Yes, that is correct, Madam President. We have received a request from the Bureau of Street Services Management to withdraw item number 2 from today's agenda, and they will return at a later date. It requires revisions.
Understood. Any objections, colleagues? Seeing none, item number 2 is now officially withdrawn from today's agenda, and we do not have a date quite yet. Great. Moving on to item number 3. This is the Office of Community Beautification. And TJ, I believe we do have a public comment on this item.
Yes, we do. Dr. Williams, if you would kindly unmute yourself, *6 to unmute, and you will have 2 minutes to offer public comment, a comment on item number 3. Go ahead.
Good morning. Item number 7, CD15. Why am I involved in that?
No. I apologize, Dr. Williams. I'm very sorry for interrupting you. We're on item number 3. Item number 3.
Item number 3.
Okay, very good. Start again. I'm sorry for interrupting.
All right. Okay, let's start again. Okay. Why am I involved in CD15? Well, that's because I was helping the Harbor Gateway North people get their act together for the city planning, but also indoctrinating them regarding native plants. And this is a great starting demonstration of how native plants can be done in the Vermont Avenue right away, but it will actually be a lot more impactful because it's only on one side, and hopefully the city of Gardena will take example from this project and do it the same on the west side of Vermont because it's along the street. There is some issues. Public exposure. This is a good project. Have them make photographs and videos of it being done and put those through the Office of Community Beautification. A real example as to the benefits of public works and beautification. So that's pretty much it. The Friends of Air, Earth, and Water is a 501c3, and they are good for the program. So get some photographs, get some documentation, and use that to advertise more. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. That concludes. Sorry, President. That concludes commentary on item number 3.
Great. Thank you, TJ. Apologies for interrupting you now. This is item number 3. This is in Council District 15. It's a revocable permit encroachment in public right-of-way adopting median agreement, Vermont Avenue Parkway plant installation. Recommending the board to 1, authorize the Office of Community Beautification to grant revocable permission to encroach within the public right-of-way, subject to listed conditions. 2, Friends of the Air, Earth, and Water encroachment installation of California native plants on the Vermont Avenue Parkway located on east side of Vermont Avenue, south of 17200 South Vermont Avenue, and north of Artesia Boulevard in Council District 15. 2, authorize the city engineer to issue a no-fee revocable permit for work to be performed. 3, authorize the city engineer to issue a not-fee permit for work to be performed. And 4, authorize the Office of Community Beautification to request the Bureau of Contract Administration to provide a no-fee inspection of the project. And this morning we have Mr. Valido here. Hey, Jerry, good morning.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Good morning again, Madam President, Commissioners, Mr. Assistant Executive Officer, Mr. City Attorney, Jerry Valido, Assistant Director of the Office of Community Beautification. The adopted median project installation I'm presenting today is slated to be installed on the Vermont Avenue Parkway, which lies at one of the major entrances, the Harbor Gateway North community area. It's located just south of an AT&T facility and measures 5 feet wide by 327 feet long and is not currently maintained by the city. It is located just west of the Dominguez Channel, which will probably see future improvements as part of the Dominguez Channel watershed. Residents in this area have wished to see the Vermont Avenue Parkway improved for many years. Council District 15, the Harbor Gateway North Neighborhood Council, and the nearby Environmental Charter Middle School all support this project. The community group known as Friends of Air, Earth, and Water, or FAEW, proposed to remove the weeds and patches of Bermuda grass, soak the ground, and prepare the soil for planting. Approximately 98 California native plants appropriate to the area will be installed at the site as part of an organized community event. Native plants will include Encelia californica, Eriogonum parvifolium, and Epilogium canum, as well as other varieties. The newly planted natives will then be watered, and open areas of the parkway will be mulched. Depending on the rainfall, supplemental water will be provided either through a temporary drip system connected to an AT&T water supply if they can secure permission, or the rental of a water truck as a source of temporary drip irrigation or hand watering. Maintenance in 2023 and succeeding years will be organized by the FAEW and include students from the Environmental Charter Middle School, students from other area high schools and middle schools, as well as nearby residents. The proposed project also includes moving the existing G-Trans Torrance Transit bus stop further north on the parkway, and the installation of permeable paving if funding can be obtained. Otherwise, the area will be mulched with plans for a future installation. Moving of the bus stop location has been agreed to by Gardena Transit. The goal is to achieve an attractive, easily maintained parkway at a key entrance point to the community, with participation from various stakeholder groups who will continue to support its maintenance, all the while enjoying the seasonal beauty of the California native plants that will be planted there. The FAEW has agreed to adopt and maintain the improvement and shall adhere to the conditions as provided in the approval. The adopted median project plan has been reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Street Services, and at this time I would ask that the board adopt this project in order that we may move to the permit phase of the process.
Thank you, Mr. Valido, for that your report. This sounds very exciting, to be very honest. I can't wait to see it. Commissioners, any questions on this item?
I don't have any.
Commissioner, okay, I'm gonna go with Commissioner Corson.
Thank you. Appreciate the presentation. Always thankful that community groups step up to adopt medians and other work they do around community beautification. But I do have a couple questions just based on what I've seen with other medians across the city. First one is, how long is this agreement for?
Typically, Commissioner, adopted median maintenance agreements speak of the community group maintaining the project site in perpetuity. If there ever comes a time where the group can no longer maintain the site, depending on the type of project or the scope of work, it will typically be returned to its original state. But in this case, because it is the vegetation project, more than likely if the FAEW can no longer maintain the site, it'll have to be turned back over to street services for maintenance. But as I stated in my report, currently the city has not been maintaining this particular stretch.
Okay. How do we determine when to take it back?
Well, we don't. Oh, I say what you're saying. If they stop maintaining it,
Right.
right? In a perfect world, we would be able to have staff go out and inspect all the existing Adopt a Median sites throughout the city. However, that's not the case because I'm basically the Adopt a Median program. So typically when there are sites that have not been maintained, we normally will get a call from a constituent or someone in the community saying, hey, what's going on at this location? Things are, overgrown, it's not being cared for. That's typically how we get notified. However, there are times, more often than not, the group responsible for maintenance of the location will actually notify us and tell us, you know what, we can no longer maintain this particular location, and then we'll have to take it on a case-by-case basis on how to proceed.
Okay, that's good to know. Another question I have is, let's say a constituent reports it to 311. Do we notify whoever has adopted the median? What is that process?
Most definitely. If a constituent reports it to 311, it will somehow get routed to me, and I will have to look up the project file, find the contact information, and reach out to the group via email and obviously telephonically, and try to ascertain what is going on with the location, and again just take it from there and see exactly what the issue is.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Person. Those are very good questions. Making sure that we always have a maintenance plan regardless. So thank you, Mr. Valido, also for that. Any other questions, colleagues? Any concerns, comments? Okay, I just want to say that I really like this name, Friends of Air, Earth, and Water. It just really, just kind of gives you a sense of what they do. It's a really nice. I don't know them, but I just thank you for taking over this piece of our city, adopting this median, and we look forward in partnership working with you all the time and making sure that we're good partners also. So thank you, Jerry. I know you'll be overseeing all of this work, and we look forward to when this is done. Please let us know. It would be great to just go out there and see it also. Given I don't see any questions, comments, or concerns, any objections? Is there a motion on the table to move item number 3 forward and forthwith?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I think that was Corson, Commissioner Corson. Okay, thank you. TJ, we have a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 3 forward and forthwith.
Very good, Madam President. We will begin the roll call of votes, starting with you, Madam
Aye.
President. Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 3 passes.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Look forward to this project.
Wonderful. Thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
You too. Have a good rest of the day. Moving on to item number 4, this is a joint report by the Bureau of Sanitation and the Bureau of Contract Administration in all council districts. Contract award, personal service contract to Ecology Control Industries and G2 Construction, Inc., recommending the board to 1, approve and forward this report with transmittals to the mayor and city council with the request that the Board of Public Works be authorized to execute a 5-year personal service contract with 2 renewal options with Ecology Control Industries for the fabrication and installation of full capture catch basins inserts in curb opening screen covers for an amount not to exceed $12 million if both renewal options are exercised. 2, approve and forward this report with transmittals to the mayor and council with the request that the board be authorized to execute a 5-year personal service contract with 2 renewal options with G2 Constructions, Inc. for the fabrication and installation of full capture catch basins, inserts, and curb opening screen covers for an amount not to exceed $8 million if both renewal options are exercised. And 3, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the contracts upon approval by mayor and council. Who do we have here this morning for this item, TJ?
Mr.
Mr.
Alfredo.
Magañez. Yeah, I see. Good morning, Mr. Magañez. And just to double confirm, TJ, we do not have any public comment on this item, right?
Yes, President Garcia, we do not have public commentary on item number 4.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I apologize for that. That's a really hard to read. And so my Spanish was getting in the way there. So apologies for that. What is it? Thank you. But Mr. Magañez, welcome. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam President, Board Commissioner, City Attorney, Executive Officer, Bureau Reps. Again, my name is Alfredo Magallanes. I'm the Division Manager for the LA Sanitation Watershed Protection Division. And I'm here asking for your approval of these 2 contracts with the Ecology Control Industries and G2 Construction, as like the Madam President was saying, for the fabrication and installation of catch basin inserts and curb opening screen covers to continue the city meeting our trash TMDL commitments that we have. And just briefly, a catch basin insert are those devices found within the catch basins. The curb opening screen covers are the ones you see along the curb. And I think most of us have seen them throughout the city since we have been doing this since 2004. These are 5-year contracts with 2 renewal options with Ecology Control Industries. Again, like the commissioner was saying, if the 5-year is met, it's going to be $6 million for ecology. For G2 Construction, it's a $4 million contract. Funding is provided by Measure W municipal funds. Right now, the Bureau has appropriated or has committed to a $2 million annual appropriation to do this work. Just a little background on the trash TMDL. This all started back in 2002 with the LA River and Ballona Creek watersheds. Since then, all the other watersheds have been included through regulatory mandates, which include now the Dominguez Channel, the Santa Monica Bay, and basically in a lot of the urban lakes have also a trash TMDL, including Machado Lake, Echo Park Lake, and Lincoln Park Lake. So the program has been expanded. Initially, all these installations were funded through PROPO back in 2005. We were actually one of the first projects PROPO funded, and those installations went on from 2005 to 2012. We retrofitted over 43,000 catch basins at a cost of about $82 million. This does not account the other devices we have in the city, like the netting systems that we have. We have 13 of those, and we have 5 hydrodynamic devices to help us achieve that. As you can see, this program has been here for a while. These 2 contracts are basically the Bureau's replacement program. We're going to start our replacement of these devices. These devices have a life between 10 and 15 years. So the early ones have actually exceeded their life, and we need the replacement. Right now, the plan is to retrofit 2,000 units per year. And again, the Bureau has made the commitment that this is going to be an annual program, and basically in perpetuity to meet the trash compliance. I just want to note the 2 companies that we have here, Ecology Control Industries. They have committed 17.9% of the award to a woman-owned business for the manufacture of these units, while G2 Construction is a smaller firm, but it's a minority, an SBE and a DVB. So both firms have done work for the city, and we have found them their work satisfactory, and thus the award. And again, I just want to mention, I'm not sure if they have stuck around, but Mr. Todd Waters from ECI and Mr. John Alvarado, Eric Taylor from G2 Construction. We're also gonna be on the line to if you had any questions in particular for them. And that concludes my report. I can take any questions if you have.
Great, thank you, Mr. Magallanes. Very thorough report there. Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alfredo, for sharing with us the diversity that these firms bring to the table. Is it any opportunity for underserved community residents to be involved in the employment in any of the work that is done by either of the two firms in terms of if they might be able to train them over time? I noticed that this is a 5-year contract. So to what degree is there opportunities for underserved Los Angeles community residents to potentially be involved in the employment in any of the two projects?
I know on the contract, Commissioner Davis, the ECI has noted that 97 of their employees actually are residents of the city of LA. And talking to both Mr. Waters and Mr. Alvarado, I mean, and like you said, it's a 5-year contract. They may have an opportunity to expand their employment, and I would highly encourage them to do so. And I'm not sure if they're on the line, I mean, if they want to add any comments to that, but I agree with you.
Certainly. Thank you so much for that comment. Yeah, are they here? Are any of them happening to be on the line now? I guess not. Well, I appreciate your acknowledging that, and certainly that's a goal when we look at the dollars that we're expending. And certainly it's necessary work, it's great work to be done. And along with that issue comes the concern of inclusion for these underserved communities, because we give out trillions, it seems to me, every year, and yet we are not able to grow and develop in our vision to include more underserved Los Angelenos from various underserved communities into the dollars that we spend. So the way we do it, the way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So as you present these things, this is an opportunity for us to begin to do that work. So I appreciate your vision being similar to that we envision here on the board. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Any other questions, TJ?
Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. We did have a hand raised when Dr. Davis asked if there was anyone in attendance. Let me see if T. Waters is available. If you please press *6 to unmute. T. Waters, go ahead.
Yes, this is Todd Waters. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. With this contract, yes, we would be willing to expand. Like we said, we do have some of our installers that already currently live in the city of LA, but it is definitely depending on the work, the scope of work, and how the city issues those work orders, depending on the demand. We would be more than willing to try to extend more positions for the work that's done.
Wonderful. And thank you so very much for your vision and understanding and realizing the opportunity to reinvest some of the pollen back in the plant that it, should be going to. So we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Davis, for always making sure that this is up in front, and wherever we can create an opportunity for our city of LA Angelenos to improve or obtain any type of work or contracts through the city is very highly important. So I always thank you for being just the point of that, Dr. Davis. And Mr. T. Waters, I thank you also for your comment. I appreciate that you will also kind of take a broader look at this and see if we can incorporate some of these thoughts that Dr. Davis brought up today. I don't hear any other questions. Alfredo, with the 5-year contract that we're considering at this time, would eventually within the 5 years we will be able to get to all of our catch basins?
No, we won't. I mean, like I said, this is our replacement program. I mean, it's going to continue into perpetuity. The Bureau plans to do 2,000 units per year. again, the trash TMDL never ends. I mean, we need to
Yeah.
maintain the compliance forever. So right now, this is a replacement program. We'll be identifying those devices that are not that have exceeded their life or they're broken, and replacing those first. And again, the initial plan is to start in those areas that we did back in 2005, 2006, which was primarily the Civic Center, city of the area, then expanding outward. I mean, that's how the work was done initially. So yeah, but no, this is going to be a continuous process now forever. I mean, replacing these.
Because by the time 5 years come around, we're gonna have to do the other set, and then by the time that's done, you'll have to start again with these ones that we're approving today. Yeah, it's an ongoing situation. Alfredo, quick question: Are these the ones that we see out in the street that have a fish in it? And are those it?
Well, I mean, part of the scope of work is here replacing the stencil. I mean, you see, those are
Yeah.
stencils. I mean, so both companies have that as part of their scope. I mean, if the
Okay.
stencil is required, we will be replacing it when they're replacing the curb opening or the insert inside. So yes.
Okay, I'm glad. I don't want to see that gone. It just reminds you that dumping trash in there goes directly to the ocean. And so I just want to make sure, if that little reminder helps anybody not to dump trash in the street, that's, we'll take anything.
No, that's part of the scope of work under this contract as well.
Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, I don't hear any other questions, comments, any objections, colleagues? Seeing none, is there a motion on the table to consider?
So moved.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. TJ, there's a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
Very good. President Garcia will take a roll call vote, starting with you.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Corsan, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 4 passes.
Great, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Magaña, nice to see you, and we look forward to this ongoing work that we have to do.
All right, thank you, and have a great rest of the day and holidays as well.
Yes, you too, sir. Have a good rest of the weekend. All right, good. Moving on now, colleagues, to item number 5. This is this is a request from the Bureau of Contract Administration and Bureau of Engineering, Council Districts 1, 8, and 9. I understand we do have public comment, but who is our presenter? Ms. Martinez. Oh, good morning, Ms. Martinez. Good to see you.
Good morning. How's everyone?
Good. I have a quick question. Can I take 5, 6, and 7 together?
Yes, please.
Okay, so give us a second. We're gonna take public comment first. TJ, public comment, please.
Yes, very good. I do not, so if our commenter, Dr. Tom Williams, is still on the line, if you would please unmute yourself. You have 2 minutes to make your commentary on item 5. *6. I do not see Dr. Williams. I'll give one more call for Dr. Williams. If you're still on the line and wish to offer commentary on item number 5, please unmute yourself at this time. Once, twice, I guess he has left the room, the meeting.
Thank you very much. Public comment for item number 5 is now officially closed. This is a request from the Bureau of Contract Administration and the Bureau of Engineering. I'm going to read all 5, 6, and 7 together, and then I'll pass it over to Ms. Martinez. Contract Acceptance Sidewalk Repair Program, package number 52, recommending the board to 1, accept this contract. Item number 6, the Bureau of Contract Administration and Bureau of Engineering, Contract Acceptance Sidewalk Repair Program, Small Sidewalk Repair Access Request, Acceleration, package number 13, recommending the board to 1, accept this contract. Item number 7, in Council District 1, Contract Acceptance Nordica Drive Bulkhead, recommending the board to 1, accept this contract. And with that, Ms. Martinez, I turn it over to you.
Good morning, President. It was so nice to see you yesterday, President Garcia. Good morning, Commissioners, Mr. Knight and Mr. Jordan. I really appreciate your help, Mr. Knight, this morning. You're very professional. Agenda item 5, sidewalk repair program package number 52. Can you hear me okay? I apologize. Thank you. On January 22nd, 2020, an emergency geotech structural construction services contract was awarded to Mike Perlich and Sons for the repair of damaged sidewalks adjacent to city facilities. The work included replacement of sidewalks, curb ramps, driveways, curbs and gutters, asphalt, concrete, tree pruning, tree removals, new tree planting, tree well modifications, root barrier installation, utility box and vault adjustments, and the removal, installation, and relocation of traffic control, traffic signal, and street lighting system equipment. This project was awarded for $1,473,406 with a not to exceed amount of $1,768,088. During the course of construction, 9 change orders were issued, increasing the contract amount by $136,727.46, bringing the total cost of this project to $1,610,133.46. The reason for the change orders was due to an unforeseen field condition that occurred. The waterproofing on the adjacent building was discovered to be shallower than anticipated. So during the scope of removals, it was inadvertently damaged during construction. The project was completed at 9.28% above the awarded amount and 8.93% below its authorized budget. The total change order amount exceeded 5% of the original contract amount due to the damaged waterproofing of the building. The notice to proceed was issued on February 24th, 2020, and the project was completed December 27th, 2021, retention released on January 24th, 2022. Agenda item 6 is another small sidewalk repair acceleration package number 13. April 19th, 2021, a contract was entered into by the City of Los Angeles with on-call contractor, I hope I'm saying this right, Val Grande Construction in the amount of $72,239.58 with a not to exceed limit amount of $99,999. The project provided for reconstruction of the sidewalk to meet ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act standards, and included the removal and replacement of new sidewalk, driveway, curb and gutter, and asphalt. Notice to proceed was issued on May 17th, 2021. Project completion, September 24th, 2021, and retention funds were released on October 25th, 2021. There was one change order issued, increasing the contract amount by $27,289.67, bringing the total cost of this project to $99,529.25. The total change order amount exceeded 5% of the original contract amount due to an addition in the quantities of work items to match the actual construction work. The project was completed at 37.78% above its awarded amount and at 0.47% below its not to exceed amount. Agenda item 7, Nordica Drive Bulkhead. I remember this project. On May 21st, 2021, an emergency geotechnical structural contract was awarded to PPC Construction in the amount of $329,337 with a not to exceed amount of $395,205. Notice to proceed issued on June 16th, 2021. The project was for a 70-foot long, 6-foot high, tall bulkhead that restored lateral support to the street. It also included installation of 1,445 square feet of street resurfacing, 170 feet of new curb and gutter that was placed on both sides of the street, and an 80-foot long metal beam guardrail installed in front of the bulkhead. Only one change order was issued, which decreased the contract amount by $46,073.40. This brought the cost of the contract down to $283,263.60, which was 13.99% below the awarded amount and 28.32% below the not to exceed amount. Final corrections were completed on February 7th, 2022. Retention was released on February 28th, 2022. Funding for all three projects was from the Roadside Maintenance and Rehabilitation Program Special Fund. No funds were disputed or withheld on any of these projects. Therefore, no funds are due to the contractors. All three of these contractors have complied with the equal employment opportunity and labor compliance requirements of the contract. There are no resolved property owners' complaints in connection with these projects. The contract performance evaluation reports have been submitted to the Bureau of Contract Administration as required. Therefore, we are asking for the board's acceptance for all three projects. Thank you all so much for listening to that.
Thank you, Angela. You always do such a great job, and I appreciate you coming. We also appreciate when we have no issues and we're closing contracts without any outstanding issues or long-term situations. So thank you for that. And it was great seeing you too. We had such a great time at the career fair. So thank you for that. Yesterday was our career fair for our public works, and we had a great turnout. So very nice. And Angela was there representing Bureau of Contract Administration. Great. Any questions or comments, colleagues, on items 5, 6, or 7? Hearing none.
I had one in terms of the sidewalk repair program. We use some of our sidewalk assignments for major contractors. And then we have this group of small businesses that oftentimes get the opportunity to do small sidewalk repair work. How do we decide the difference between the involvement and how we break that up?
I believe it's based on the dollar amount of the project. A lot of the smaller businesses, I believe it's $100,000 and less.
Sure.
Where I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
That's what I believe, if I remember correctly. I've never been involved in the construction of the small sidewalk repair program with small business enterprises, but I believe I have the dollar amount correct because we do process payments for a lot of these people.
So if we think about community level contracting, and certainly, we always are an environment for major contractors. I mean, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking about areas where there's a need for growth. And I'm also thinking about the example that specifically the city can be in making sure that some small businesses get the opportunity not only to do work for us, but to do work directly with us. For example, this assignment is in front of city buildings. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like to have small businesses in front of city businesses, in front of city buildings, repairing the sidewalks. And I'm wondering why this project, as we explore the possibilities, was not one that could be broken down in a way that some of that work could have been allowed for small businesses as well. Now, certainly we're not challenging prime contractors, because I guess that is specifically what we're here for, to make sure that prime contractors can have their work, and we will continue to be committed to that. But what I'm trying to explore is to what degree can we create opportunities for small businesses everywhere? So if you can take that back.
I certainly will, sir. You always have the best questions. And I'm not just saying that because I always have to follow up, and I love it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. But I think that would be a great opportunity for small businesses if they can do something in front of one of our buildings.
Well,
but in front of one of our buildings.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And, a lot of them, I know you asked me something similar before, and you said, how do these small business enterprises advance? And I said, well, they start out small, and then they get the experience, and then they go to the next step, and the next step, and the next step. So I will follow up with you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your report.
Great. Thank you very much. Ditto on that, Dr. Davis. We're making sure we're on our toes. All right, any comments, concerns, or objections on items 5, 6, and 7, colleagues? Seeing none, is there a motion on the table to move forward and forth with 5, 6, and 7?
So moved.
I'll second. Thank you, Dr. Davis. Dr. TJ, we have a first by Dr. Davis and a second by myself on items 5, 6, and 7 to move them forward and forthwith.
Very good. We will take a roll call vote on items 5, 6, and 7, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And I do not see Commissioner Reyes. I apologize. I might have missed her.
No.
Did she
My
step out?
apologies. Yeah, Commissioner Reyes had already asked to step out at 12 p.m. So she will.
Very good.
She's officially out of our meeting now. Thank you. But
Very-
we still have quorum, so we're good.
Yes. I'll just make a note of
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Reyes.
For
And
city
so it's-
business.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, President Garcia. On items 5 through 7, all ayes, and those items pass.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Good report, good presentation all the time. Thank you. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Oh, I believe Ms. Martinez will continue to present the next couple of items as well.
Okay, never mind. Take it back. I'll tell you at the end. All right, moving on to items number 8. Well, on that note, can we take 8, 9, and 10 together? Okay, got it. Colleagues, are you guys okay with that if I take 8, 9, and 10 together? Okay, got it. All right, the item number 8, this is in Council District 1, subcontractor substitution, Ford EC Inc., recommending the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis approving the request for Ford EC Inc. for the subcontractor substitution of California Fire Protection Sprinkler Company Inc. with Barbario Enterprises Inc. doing business as West Coast Service Company for site utility, plumbing, and fire sprinkler design and connection work to the Council District 1 Cypress Homeless Housing Project. Item number 8 in Council District, item number 9 in Council District 8, subcontractor substitution, GR Pipeline Inc., recommending the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis approving the request of GR Pipeline Inc. for the subcontractor substitution of Pipe and Plant Solutions Inc. with Pipe Tech Inc. for the work done for the 74th Street Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 1 Van Ness to Western Project. Item number 10 in Council District 14, subcontractor substitution, Police Construction Inc. Recommending the board concur with action of Commissioner Davis approving the request of Police Construction Inc. for the subcontractor substitution of ACL Construction Company Inc. with D's Burke Engineering Constructors LLC for concrete barrier work for the Soto Bridge over Valley Boulevard in Union Pacific Railroad Federal Project. And this morning also we have Ms. Martinez here.
Hello again. Agenda item 8, subcontractor substitution for the Cypress Homeless Housing Project. So we received a written request from 40C Inc. Incorporated, was received on June 22nd, 2022 to substitute California Fire Protection Sprinkler Company Incorporated, called CAL FIRE. The bid listed OBE subcontractor for site utility, plumbing, and fire sprinkler design and connection work in the amount of $583,000. CAL FIRE withdrew because of unforeseen events and scheduling conflicts. Subsequently, OBE subcontractor Barbario Enterprises, also known as Westco, submitted to perform the site utility and plumbing portion of the work in the amount of $385,000, and OBE subcontractor Ferreira Construction Company Inc. was submitted to perform the fire sprinkler design and connection work in the amount of $198,000. The total amount for this substitution is $583,000, which will be at no additional cost to the city. Agenda item 9, subcontractor substitution for 74th Street Sewer Rehab Unit, number 1, Van Ness to Western. BCA also received a written request from JR Pipeline on June 15th, 2022 to substitute bid listed OBE subcontractor Pipe and Plant Solutions with SBE subcontractor Pipe Tech Incorporated to perform the pre and post lining CCTV on the project. Pipe and Plant withdrew because the project schedule was delayed and they could not remain in the Los Angeles area. The bid listed amount for Pipe and Plant's portion of CCTV work was $226,845. Pipe and Plant had completed $206,102.80 to date, which was a difference of $20,742.20 from the original amount. JR Pipeline Company, Inc., JR, request for Pipe T Incorporated portion was $33,005, which was a difference of $12,262.80. So JR Pipeline will decrease its prime participation by this amount so that the work performed by Pipe T Incorporated will be at no additional cost to the city. Agenda item 10, subcontractor substitution for Soda Street Bridge over Valley Boulevard and Union Pacific Railroad. August 3rd, 2022, BCA received a letter from Polis Construction to substitute OBE subcontractor ACL Construction Company Incorporated with DBE subcontractor Dees Burke Engineering Constructors, also known as Burke, for concrete barrier work on the project. ACL Construction withdrew due to the owner retiring after being in business for 54 years. Wow. The bid listed amount for ACL's portion of concrete barrier work was $77,722. ACL performed $46,801.18 of their contract amount, a difference of $30,920.82. Burke will complete the remaining portion of this work so that this substitution will be at no additional cost to the city. These requested approvals acknowledge the active statuses of these substituted subcontractor state licenses and their City of Los Angeles business tax registration certificates and does not supersede any other section of the specifications or federal requirements. We at BCA ask that the board approve these subcontractor substitutions for these three projects. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Martinez, for that. Any questions, comments, or concerns, colleagues?
Well, I just want to say that Police Construction in the past has been an exemplary firm. I remember having recognized them for the diversity that they achieved on other projects. When I see these firms coming up again, I like to recognize and acknowledge the work that they have done successfully on other projects. So that comes to my mind. And in terms of these projects that you have done, it is good to see that our prime contractors are continuing to keep the performance up and to work cooperatively with the other subs.
Thank you.
Exactly, and also adding just a little comment to that, when they did the substitution of subcontractors, they substituted with a DBE, which was really good too. So they also did that big effort to make sure that they do that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for making sure. I know that BCA, you guys work hard on making sure that that happens. So thank you for that. And when we can substitute that way, even better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, for the public, it's not police, it's Police, P-U-I-C.
Oh,
No, it's just that it sounds like Police Inc. No, it's not Police Inc., it's Police Construction. Thank you. All right, any other questions, comments, or concerns, colleagues? Objections? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move items 8, 9, and 10 forward and forthwith?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. TJ, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Vice President Villegas to move items 8, 9, and 10 forward and forthwith.
Very good. Thank you, Madam President. We will take a roll call vote, starting with you.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Corson,
Aye.
and that's all ayes. And items 8, 9, and 10 pass.
Great. Thank you very much. Hey, Ms. Martinez, you get to now enjoy your weekend.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Enjoy the rain. Thank you so much.
Thank you all, and I hope you all feel better, the ones that are sick, and happy holidays. I probably won't see you again till afterwards.
Same to you. Enjoy. Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 11. This is a administrative item, bid withdraw, Environmental Constructions, Inc., 6th Street Viaduct Park, Arts and River Connectivity Improvements, Department of Cultural Affairs, LA Hands Art Peace Foundation, and CBD Sewer Rehab Unit 11A, 6th Street, Siphon to Santa Fe Avenue. Recommending the board to 1, approve the request of Environmental Constructions, Inc. to withdraw their bid submitted on November 16, 2022 in connection with the 6th Street Viaduct Park Arts and River Connectivity Improvements, Department of Cultural Affairs, LA Hands Art Peace Foundations, and CBD Sewer Rehab Unit 11A, 6th Street Siphon to Santa Fe Avenue, with the understanding that in accordance with the Public Contract Code, the Board of Public Works will not accept a bid from Environmental Construction, Inc. in the event this project is re-advertised. And this morning, we have Mr. Ray Cesnan and Mr. Gary Lamb. Thank you, sir, for being so patient. I think I feel like it's been now 4 hours since we met. So thank you so much for being very patient, and welcome.
Yes, good. I think it's still good afternoon, President Garcia, Commissioners, City Attorney. My name is Ray Cesnan from Project Awards Control Division and Bureau of Engineering. I'm here for the administrative item for the bid withdrawal of ECI from one of our projects. So on November 16, we received bids for the 6th Street Viaduct Park Arts River Connectivity Improvement, LA Hands Art Peace Foundation, and the CBD Rehab Unit 11A project. On November 18, we received bid withdrawal from Environmental Construction, Inc. Due to clerical error that they made when they submitted their bids. There are 2 items that they made an error. One is on bid item 16 and the other on bid item 22. Due to the clerical error by ECI, this resulted of their bid to be $4,394,473.70, lower than what they intended to bid. According to the Public Contract Code, they did submit their bid withdrawal on time, as well as provided valid clerical error from their letter to withdraw the bids. I'm here to answer any question if you have anything.
Thank you, Mr. Cesnan, for that your report. Any questions, colleagues? Objections, concerns? Okay. I think I'm pretty clear on this. Just making sure that we're all very clear on kind of what happened. There was an error that was found by the contractor after that added a higher delta to what we were considering, right, Mr. Cesnan?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, understood. Okay, any other and we are also now analyzing why there was such a high delta from our city engineer's estimate to the bids that came in. So I look forward to what you guys the recommendations and the findings you have once you do that. Okay, any other questions, Vice President Villegas?
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you mentioned this was already shared with the council office.
Hi, good afternoon. I would have Gary speak to it.
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Sir.
Hi, good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Gary Lam. I'm from the Bureau of Engineering. I'm the project manager for this project. And that is correct. This information has been shared with CD14. In fact, they are assisting us on perhaps finding the additional funding to get this project going. Just like you mentioned, Madam President, it is a large funding gap that we're dealing with. We're performing the analysis. So CD14 is well aware, and they're working with us on this, and we hope to have a positive resolution soon.
Me too. Thank you for that. I look forward to just kind of not wrapping it up, but just letting us know what are the findings in this, what happened. But I'm glad that we're here and that we're still moving forward. And it's not, that's really important that we're not interrupting the time that we are going to proceed with starting this work. Okay. Any questions, colleagues? Comments, concerns? Thank you, Vice President Villegas. And is there a motion on the table to approve item number 11?
I'll move.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Is there a second? I'll second. TJ, there's a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by myself to approve, to move forward item 11 forward and forthwith.
Very good. Thank you, President Garcia. We'll take a roll call vote, starting with you.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
And Commissioner Corsa.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 11 is approved.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Lam
you.
and Mr. Cisna. And thank you for your patience. I know it was a long, I hope you guys were doing other things in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Have a
you.
good weekend.
Okay, thank you.
You too.
Bye.
All right, colleagues, that's the end of our voting items. We are now in our oral report section. And this afternoon, item number 12 is by the Bureau of Street Services, a status update on major upcoming street improvement projects. And this morning we have, who do we have here, TJ? Mr. Lewis. Good morning, Mr. Lewis. Good afternoon, I mean.
Good afternoon.
There we go.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. President Garcia, how you doing? Commissioners, City Attorney, and now we have TJ Knight. Cool. Got some new faces. All right, so I'm here reporting for Bureau of Street Services on some of our resurfacing projects for the metro area as well as the valley area. For the week of December 4th through the 10th, the metro area will be completing 3 projects with a total of 8.79 lane miles. And the valley region will be completing 7 projects with lane miles of 5.56. Now that is taking into consideration we may have some rain, so some of those projects may get pushed back for another week. I know sometimes we provide the information to you guys a week or 2 weeks ahead of time. So just take in consideration this time of the year when the rain comes in, sometimes those numbers get changed and some of those projects get pushed back. So we will complete all the projects, but sometimes they just may not be completed in those scheduled weeks that we initially sent you the information because we provide you the information a couple weeks in advance. Any questions?
Understood. Any questions, colleagues? No. Okay. We don't have any questions, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for being patient as well, and have a good rest of the weekend.
All right. See you guys next time.
See you. Moving on to item number 13. This is a specialized on-call maintenance service update from the Bureau of Sanitation. Who do we have here from sanitation? Item number 13.
Yes, thank you, President. We do have Mr. Christopher Giacomo, and I am just verifying that Mr. Giacomo is user 357687. Is that accurate? If you'd please unmute.
Yes, TJ.
Excellent. If
not started my video for some reason.
Okay, we're not able to get you on video for this.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
Sorry about that, TJ.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
So good afternoon, President Garcia, commissioners, division reps, and other attendees. My name is Christopher Brett Giacomo, sanitation wastewater manager at the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. I'm here to provide an oral report on the as-needed maintenance contracts between LA Sanitation and ACO Engineered Systems and Murray Company. These contracts are C-136-181 and 136-182. These contracts provide LA Sanitation specialized on-call services for the maintenance and repair of critical water reclamation and refuse disposal infrastructure. So far, these contracts have had projects span across 7 LA Sanitation divisions. 10 projects are completed with 15 in progress. Total completed invoice amount for this contract is $9.4 million. I'd like to point out that 8.3 million of that amount is part of the Hyperion July 11th, 2021 incident recovery and resiliency repairs. Total subcontractor participation at this point is $7.1 million, of which 4.1 million have gone to minority business enterprises, 4.3 million have gone to small business enterprises, 4.1 emerging business enterprises, 15K towards women-owned business enterprises, and 2.6 million towards other business enterprises. And that would conclude the oral report for this quarter.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Your last name?
Giacomo.
Giacomo. Okay, sorry about that. I knew you were Christopher for sure. Thank you, Christopher, for that. Any questions? Comments? Great. Thank you for your report this afternoon, and thank you for your patience as well. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Thank you. You too. You enjoy your holidays.
You too. Thank you, sir. Okay, colleagues, we have reached the end of our items. TJ, have we cleared today's desk?
Yes, we have, President Garcia.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for your patience again. I know it was a long meeting. It is now 12:37, and today's meeting is officially now adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. And
thank you.
Colleagues, if we can just round up in the next, just stay on and we'll kind of do a quick management meeting.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'm going to, President Garcia, I'll pause the recording so the management meeting is not recorded. I'll ask staff to go in and turn off the mics. Okay.
Okay,
very
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.